Hey guys, welcome to another tutorial video. Today's video is about two-point perspective. In a previous video, or in several previous videos, I've talked about one-point perspective, and one of the things that's sort of unique about one-point perspective that I want to point out is that you can start with pretty much any basic shape and turn it into an object simply by putting a perspective point somewhere on the page and then shooting off to the corners that you could see. Um, you just make some straight lines and boom, you have a three-dimensional object with an X, Y, and Z axis shooting off to that perspective point. However, today we're going to be talking about two-point perspective, and because two-point perspective is going off to two different points, you're never going to look at just one completely flat surface like you do in a one-point perspective. So let me show that now. First thing we're going to do is just make ourselves another horizon line. And then this time, just like it says, we are actually going to use 2 points. So there is number 1 and number 2. Okay. This time, instead of making a box like we have in the past, we're going to just draw a straight up and down line. Okay, and as you'll see, this time we're going to see this box from two different angles. So grab my ruler here and then sketch that line to there and do the bottom side here. Right there. I always recommend when you're doing your perspective to use a ruler or something so that you can really get it accurate. And you may be surprised to know that even though I'm working on the screen, I am actually still using a ruler. Okay, at this point, you can just make your straight lines. And now, as you can see, we have two sides of an object. We have this side and this side. The front side you can see is sort of off a little bit. I'll fix that. There we go. Now, if you want, you can actually make this seem a little bit more like a cube by having it go directly to that opposite corner, and that one there, and then you can see the back side would go there. And if I cross this line to this one, you can see where they intersect right there. All right, so you end up with this cube, but you can only really see the outside edges of it. Right there, 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 and there. Right, you normally wouldn't see through it. But that is the basic fundamentals of two-point perspective. Let's draw another one down here below our horizon line. So again, I'm just going to make a line. Okay. This time I'm going to draw to that point and draw to this point. And draw right here. There we go. Okay. At some point I need to snap a vertical line, and then again I can line up my ruler and draw right there, and wherever I want that one to be, draw right there, and then make a vertical line like that. Now, some of the rules that we learned in one-point perspective still apply. For instance, since this box is below this horizon line, we still see the top of the box. Okay, it's a terrible P. There we go. All right, so if I make another box up here, we should be able to see the bottom. Let's do that now. I'm going to make a box. I'm going to snap a point to that line and to that line, to there, and to there, and let's make sure we have that going. And then, of course, we need to connect it at the bottom. this way, and this way. All right, so just like I said, you can now see the bottom. But notice that, again, like I said at the beginning, you cannot see a perfect square. Let me build up my brush just a little bit, and you can see that this box, a little bit more, there we go. This box face is not so much square anymore, okay? So that's the basic first fundamentals of two-point perspective. So I'm going to stop right there and continue on in the next one.